It's really nice to have a hypothesis. You found some new information and you want to apply it in your world, and then you see the results. I have been talking about law of attraction and manifestation since the beginning of my channel. And I think the entirety of my channel, up until the last 2 years or so, I was single talking about this. And one of the things that, I took into consideration though, was like, you need to be the proof of whatever it is that you're teaching. And I finally became the proof. I had manifested love by utilizing universal principles, one of which being the law of attraction and manifestation. Okay? People could say that it was going to happen anyway, but that's how I was taught, that's exactly how it would happen. If you listen to Neville Goddard, that's one of the things that he said. It's going to happen so naturally. You thought that it was going to happen like that anyway, right? Oh, your little manifestation, your little law of attraction is just hogwash. Your visualization, it makes you feel better, but it doesn't do anything. I beg to differ. Because when you are operating with universal principles, you are operating off of frequency and visualization, affirmations, whatever it is that you choose to do is tuning your vibration to whatever it is that you want. Just like a radio. You could, let's just say, and I know the radio stations are different everywhere, but like if 95.7 is rock music and 102.9 is rap music, right? You cannot hear the rock music on 102.9, just like how you can't hear the rap music on 95.7. So if you're listening to rock music, if you're listening to rock music and you're trying to switch over to rap music, some people say, why would I do that? Just stick with the example. You'll have to tune the dial over until you match the frequency. When you match the frequency of it, you hear the music that it is that you want. Well, when you want certain events to transpire in your life, in order for them to happen, you have to tune your frequency. Now, people have different ways of doing it. Some people are brute force about it. Some people are very brute force, and some people are very passive with it. Some people are patient. Some people, if you're something like me, you're just a fine tuner. I heard some stuff. It feels like it's working, but I don't get this. Then you tune that, and then you tune that, and then you fix that, and eventually you're going to make it right. So then you've opened the pathway for that event to enter your event horizon in your physical screen of space. Okay? Now, one of the other things that I've said that I've become a firm practitioner of is become the change that you want to be. So when I'm manifesting love, that's all I really wanted. Love, wealth, the typical stuff, but especially love, because I was tired of being alone, right? Well, let's pause real quick. If you are begging to your God, if you're begging to the universe, I want love, what frequency are you in right now? Not the one that you want to be in. What frequency are you in right now? Well, you're clearly in one that doesn't have love. You're not asking for something that you already have, right? I'm not asking for these particular glasses. Why would I ask for these glasses? I already have them, So it's like, so when you're saying, oh, I'm lonely, I'm this, you've been doing that for so long that's what you manifested. I'm lonely, I'm sad. Yeah, because you were believing it, you were seeing it, and then you start to really live it over time. Your failures are a manifestation of your frequency. They really are. Your consistent failures, mind you. It's like if you're down in the dumps, that's your doing. It's just based off of your frequency, that's what you attracted towards you. Were you angry? Were you sad all the time? Were you envious, jealous? Yes, these are lower vibrations, and you experience life from that lower angle. But then when you make that shift and you shift your spiritual momentum into the higher emotions like love, gratitude, respect, honesty, things like that, prosperity, abundance, then your experience changes. Even though you may not have exactly what you want yet, you are becoming more tuned to make these things more easily come into your life. So, using myself as an example, for years I was talking about it because I was working on it, I was developing it, but what I was really becoming a practitioner of is becoming the change. People think I'm gonna get what I want and then I'm gonna fix it. No. It's like, even though you are single as hell right now, using myself as an example, I had to become the husband that would match the wife that is coming to me. You see? So yes, some people would say it's coping. Some people would say it's hindsight 2020. But if I told you that this was going to happen, I guess both of us are right. You know, because I said this was going to happen. I said it's going to happen, and I stayed persistent with it. And look at where we are now. You know? So the shift was, wow, I'm so lonely. Why doesn't everyone want to be with me? Everyone says I'm so tall, dark, and handsome. I'm so smart. I'm so intelligent, but no one wants to be with me. What is wrong with me? What's wrong with me? And I stopped asking myself that question. I stopped bitching and complaining, and I started preparing myself. I started becoming the husband that would be suitable for the woman that I'm looking for. And even though it took a hell of a long time, it came into fruition. It materialized because I showed what I deem to be God. I show God that I'm deserving of this. I show God that I'm working towards. I show God that I believe in it, whether you believe it's God or the universe, whatever. It's that I showed it that I believe in its ability to make these things come to fruition, and I believe in it, so I'm preparing for it. If I'm preparing for love, why would I say I'm not deserving of it? That's not preparing for it. You know, it's like I went out here and learned. I made myself the best version of myself I could be. And through it, I now have a way to lead my wife in marriage. Do you not see how this works? Do you believe in this or not? If you don't, this ain't the video for you. However, if you don't believe but you want to experiment, then hear me. And if, of course, if you believe in what I'm saying, then go for it. You know, apply what I'm saying. But nonetheless, if you believe in this process and you are in the very beginnings and or you've been struggling to manifest something, stick to it. But you need to keep making switches. You need to change your language. You know, a lot of people experience failure because that's the only language that they have. Oh, I'm not meant to be rich. Oh, my family's always going to be poor. Oh, bad things always happen to me. So how much easier is it for you to experience that versus wealth? You don't have the language for wealth. You don't know anything about trusts. You don't know about thriving versus surviving. You don't know anything about abundance. Words like that never come in your mouth because they're never in your mind. Speech, writing is the first way to bring thoughts into the physical world. Hello. You know, you can't say anything amazing if you don't enrich your mind. You know, you can never say anything uplifting if you yourself are a downer. That's why there's professional haters out here. Someone goes from $0 to $1 million. Oh, he must have stole. Oh, what weird things did he have to do to get his start? That's hater shit, man. And haters are gonna hate. That's why everything that comes out of their mouth is hate. Low vibrational, useless, hindrance, obstacle after obstacle. And they're wondering why they can't do what they do because that's why they live in a state of jealousy. They don't have something and that's all that they focus on. You are focusing on what you have already. You know, getting biblical with it, but they say, doesn't God call the things that were unseen as if they were seen? That's what you have to do. You know, you don't have love right now. So in your mind's eye, in your mind, in your spirit, you are tuning your frequency to say, well, how would I feel if that person that I wanted was sitting right here next to me? How would it feel? How's it going to feel? How did it feel? Sometimes you got to put it in the present tense or even the past tense. How did it feel when I met that person for the first time? Right? Even in that moment, you could be like, oh my gosh, I actually got a little nervous. Well, why did you get so nervous? That person's not here with you in your physical screen of space right now. But your mind is tuning. Sometimes it's hard for y'all because you've never experienced it. What would it feel like? Ask yourself. I'd be happy. I'd be joyful. Oh my gosh, I would feel so calm and at peace. Then what do you think you need to start doing in your life right now? Before you even have it. Do you believe that what you just felt was true? Or do you need physical things? Physicality is the slowest form of matter. It's like it comes from the higher dimensions, the higher realms, and it materializes into something physical that you can hold, right? What has a higher frequency? An ice cube or boiling hot steam? The molecules are literally vibrating faster in the steam because they've been excited. And then when it goes so fast, you can't even see it no more. But then when that same steam, slows down its molecular structure, its molecular vibration, it becomes water. And you slow it down even more, it becomes an ice cube. See? This is the slowest one, but it's only a slowed down version of what's going on in your mind. Okay? So, I can go on and on, but I did pretty good in this take, so I'm going to leave it. But if you have any questions, hit me up. If you want me to make specific videos on anything else, at least just to get your mind right about something, hit me up. It's not just love. It's not just wealth. Sometimes you could just start with internal peace. What would it feel like if I was at peace right now? Well, damn, I wouldn't have anxiety. I wouldn't be worrying about what people thought about me. I wouldn't be scared of what the next step was. I would just know what's for me is for me, and I'm going to just be grateful for it. You could just start right there. Till the next one. Peace.